Maybe if I just, in the last 4 minutes, can I just talk about a couple of things? First of all, rosettes. Now, that was raised earlier. And one of the things that I immediately said when I came was, yeah, we need a rosette. If you don't have a famous face, or if you're not particularly well known in your area, and I doubt whether everybody knows you, however popular you are, you need a rosette, because people want to know, who are you? And with your rosette on, you can talk to anybody. You knock on the door, they know you're not a Mormon or a Jehovah's Witness or a glazing salesman. They know what it's about, and that gives you immediately, it doesn't waste time, because if you do the maths, how many people are you going to talk to? You'll find it's fairly tight. So we had a thing like this, and I suggested that we had a white one for for Martin Bell. And Neville, who's standing against David Lammy in Tottenham, said, I think that would go down like a lead balloon in Tottenham. So what we've come up with is, and this is one of the things where you have to watch your political researchers, because they don't always necessarily work in the same field that you do. So I said, right, let's use the IN colours. We'll have purple around the outside and we'll have white there. And my researcher rushed off and got this, which looks like the top icing off the top of a cake, and we've had to bin them. And the most brilliant thing was, one of the things I found in the market, people peer at your rosette. What does it say? So I said to him, right, make sure you have the word independent in big letters. That's why we go for this shape. And of course, what happens, he didn't get a proof. And of course, the word independent is put the wrong way. It should have been there and should have been down there.
It's also spelled wrong.
And it's spelled wrong as well. So do get your researcher to make sure he gets a proof. But we will be getting some of those if you would like them, and they will look, I think, probably more like that, with the word roughly in that colour scheme. You're most welcome to have those from us, and you can contact Livia. The other thing I've asked David, my researcher, to do is to actually do an exercise and go through all the manifestos. He's been doing that for the last week and says it's mind-numbingly boring. But what it has produced is a list on all the other parties' manifestos of what they're saying. So that I'm putting that up on my website, and at the bottom I'm saying, well, actually on this one I agree with Labour, or I agree with the Conservatives, but I would do it this way. Now, if you'd like that resource, I can make that available to you. And part of his work is going to be updating that, because I've said to him, if I challenge you on any one of those, I want to know that you've got somewhere you can tell me where you saw that, where in the manifesto was that. Has someone made an announcement about that? One of the things that I came out of this research project of having these three researchers was that because they were young and they hadn't done it, they looked at the clean sheet of paper, they identify how odd the ward is. The ward, if you think about it, has no existence. It's a virtual reality. And yet we elect councillors into the ward. And one of the things we've started to try and do is to see if there's a way in which we can create some sort of community in the wards. We've started things like ward newsletters, and again, we've built a website for that. But one of the things that I'll be pushing in Poplar and Limehouse is this idea that as a backbencher, being a different type of backbencher, one of the things I want to do is to really talk to the councillors and really get them to tell me and to work with them to tell me how they think I should vote. And the other thing I'm going to do is to get natural community leaders to be an accountability group. Those are the sort of ideas that we're thinking as we go forward on that. Two more things. Financing. We've talked about how you're going to finance. I wonder whether independents in the future may well look to community organisations to raise their funding. So it's worthwhile saying to the rugby club, look, would you give £50 to my campaign, or to a faith community, or to a neighbourhood watch, or the book club? I think just as well as in individuals. IN really is about selling the brand. And I think my last thing I'd like to say is that we're actually playing a long game on this one. We obviously very important that we do as well as we can in this general election, but politics is a long game